Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Milon's Secret Castle for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In this 1988 platformer from Hudson Soft, the Princess of Hudson Kingdom has been kidnapped by an evil warlord, and its cute little citizens have been stripped of their musical powers. Now it's up to Milon to infiltrate the secret castle and save the day. Milon's secret castle is a bit of a misnomer, though. The castle itself isn't much of a secret. I mean, it's right there. We're talking about a massive brick building here, and as terrible as my eyesight is, I'm not that blind. The real secret is how to navigate the castle, since all the keys and doors and necessary items are hidden in blocks and invisible spaces. So you basically have to shoot every square inch of the levels with Milon's trusty Bubble Blast just to make any semblance of progress. Honestly, this makes it feel less like a rescue mission and more like you were hired to deep clean Hudson Castle with a brand of disinfectant that can only be applied via bubble wand. Most stages are a single room full of enemies where you have to find hidden shops to buy essential items like fireproof vests and floating balloon power-ups. Then you need to locate a key and uncover the exit. Additionally, hidden bee power-ups give you a shield, honeycombs add to your life bar, and music room minigames let you collect notes for extra money. There are also special well and tower stages, plus boss rooms where you have to fight a variety of angry flying creatures. Every one of these bosses follows the same attack pattern, which is great if you know how to counter it, but I could never figure out a good strategy. So I just employed the same technique I use against spiders in my apartment. Anxiously stand at a distance and hope for the best while throwing stuff indiscriminately. Needless to say, I received just as many hits as I landed. And that goes beyond just the boss fights. Milon tends to take a beating no matter where he is. He has no recovery time after taking damage, and even the weather outside the castle is out to get him, since lightning storms start out of nowhere if you linger too long. Hudson Castle has a strict no loitering policy, punishable by spontaneous electrocution. Ultimately, this led me to frequent revisits of Stage 1 just to farm for extra hearts from low-tier enemies. Not in the be mine Valentine sense, but in the please lend me your essential organs or I will surely perish sense. Now, the graphics in Milon's Secret Castle may seem pedestrian at a glance, but there's something I find extremely compelling about them. The whole aesthetic here is like a brand of fantasy that can only really work in an 8-bit video game. There's an undeniable charm to Milon's little elf-like nightgown, the bubble attacks, and the muted, grid-based castle design, brimming with secrets in every block. So as much as the gameplay isn't quite to my taste, the visuals alone make me want to step into the pixelated land of Hudson and just take it all in, you know? Except for that one boss who looks like a cinnamon fart cloud. I could have done without him. The sound effects are another highlight of this game. I'd even go as far as to say they're too charming sometimes, since even taking damage sounds fun and lighthearted. I'm definitely not complaining though. Imagine how much less it would suck to stub your toe on the leg of a table if it triggered a cheerful to offset the pain. The most novel aspect of Milon's Secret Castle might just be the shrinking mechanic. There are a few passages here and there that are just a bit too short for Milon to pass through, so naturally you have to get hit by a big goofy boxing glove to literally squish down to half your height. Now that's cartoon logic at its finest. Given the cryptic nature of this game, and the lack of any damage buffer, I used a few quality of life cheats to get through. Save states kept me from repeating stages multiple times, Turbo Fire saved me from constant hammering on the action button to shoot bubbles everywhere, and most importantly, an online strategy guide told me how to find all the items and secrets. My warmest regards to Def Gav and Matt McGrath. I have no clue how you figured out that pushing some random block in stage 2 for exactly 4 seconds would uncover a hidden shop, but I sure am glad you wrote it down and posted it to the internet. My favorite part of Milon's Secret Castle would have to be the bonus music rooms. Catching notes and sharps while avoiding flats was a fun diversion from the main game, no matter how many times I played it. Plus, the Hudson musicians add extra instruments to the tune with each visit. It's a nice touch that, once again, I wouldn't have caught if that strategy guide hadn't pointed it out. But if I could change one thing about the game, I'd differentiate the doors to each level from the castle exterior. Even with the online map I followed, figuring out which door led to which level was basically a toss-up. It's like those memory match card games, but when you pick the wrong card, you might end up fighting a cinnamon fart cloud that you definitely were not prepared for. Overall, I'm happy to have seen Milon's Secret Castle through to the end, even if I cheated far beyond my preferred standards to do so. It allowed me to step into those 8-bit visuals of Hudson Kingdom that enticed me to pick up this game in the first place, and at least in that regard, it certainly didn't disappoint.